everyone, it's Pat from Pat to Ever Music. Now at the end of this video you'll know how to play every single minor pentatonic scale that there is. Not only that, there's a backing loop at the end so you can practice your soloing. Let's dive right on in. So what we're talking about when we talk about a minor pentatonic scale is you can think about, let's break it down, minor. So that could sound to you sad. So if you had a major chord it would sound happy, like A major. But if you play a minor chord, suddenly it sounds sad, doesn't it? So from happy, major, minor, sad. Now when we're talking about penta, penta means 5 notes. So there's 5 notes in this scale. And tonic means that you've got, it's 5 notes with that tonic, or return to the tonic, or you start off on the tonic, whatever you want to think of. So when we talk about A minor pentatonic scale, you think about being a 5-note sad sounding scale, and it starts on A. So when we're going to learn it right now, how I would think about it in my mind with the theory wise, so grab your guitars now, how I would think about it in theory wise is you could think about it as being derived from the A major scale, but there's a few changes. So you've got a flat 3rd degree, that's why it sounds a bit sad. So it's minor, the flat 3rd degree makes it sound sad, and then you've got the 4th and the 5th note, then you've got a flattened 7th note, and then you've got the return to the root note again, so you've got an octave higher. But let's dive in. If the theory was a bit too much and went straight over your head, I'll explain again at the end. Let's dive on in. So come in with your first finger on the 5th fret of the 6th string. That there is our A note. Then you want your pinky up on the 8th fret of the 6th string. That there is our C, or our flattened 3rd. That's what gives it that sad sound. Then you want your first finger on the 5th fret of the 5th string. Your 3rd finger there on the 7th fret, same string. And then drop down for the flattened 7th, so you want your first finger on the 5th fret of the D string. That's it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But the notes you're playing are 1, flattened 3rd, 4, 5, flattened 7th. Now that's not much of a scale to solo with, is it? So right next to it, so on the 7th fret of that 4th string, you've got, again, the A note. So starts off A, finishes an A. But that's 6 notes. So that's why pentatonic is actually the 5 notes. But then we return to the root, 6. So if we continue down, let's do the next octave. So go from the 7th fret on the 4th string, A, drop down, use your first finger on the 5th fret, then your 3rd finger again on the 7th, then your first finger all the way down there on the 5th fret of the 2nd string, pinky on the 8th fret, and then first finger on all the way down there on the 5th fret. So that last octave. Put them both together. So now you have a 2-octave pattern. A lot more notes to solo with, but well done. The hardest work is done. You can now actually play every single minor pentatonic scale that there is. So the reason is it's an A minor pentatonic scale because you're on the 5th fret. If you go back to the 3rd fret, you've got a G minor. Just do the same shape. If you go back to the 1st fret, you've got an F minor. All the way up to the 7th fret, you've got the B. Next to it, you've got C. 2 frets D. 2 frets E. So you've actually got every single minor pentatonic scale. Great job, that's so good. Now you know them all. But how would you use them? So what the loop is that we've got is we've got a loop playing A minor, and then it plays a C major. So we're going to learn how you would solo. Now, if you are playing over any chord in C major, so C major, D minor, E minor, F major, G major, A minor, B diminished, or C major, so all those chords are in the key signature of C major, link to theory at the end of the video. If you've got any of those chords, you can play a C major scale, because it's in the key of C, or you can play an A minor, it's the relative minor. So if you're ever wondering, how does that work? The easiest example is if you go to the 8th fret, so that's a C note, that's C major, right? And you can play a C major scale. If you go back 3 frets, 1, 2, 3, you've got A. and that's the relative minor. So if you're playing D major in the key signature and you go back 3 frets, 1, 2, 3, you could play B minor pentatonic over the whole thing. But we'll get more into that theory in a little bit. Let's work out how we can solo. So to start with, how I would want you to solo is so you've got an A minor chord and you've got a C major chord. What I would concentrate on doing is hitting the A, so the first chord, and then using a pinky to hit the second chord. Let's give that a go. So here we go, let's give this a go, okay? So A, C, A, C. Try the other octave. Great job. Once you can get that every single time, so you can hear what the chord is, all right, it's an A, I'm going to play an A note. To C, I'm going to play a C note. Try and add in a few more notes, but try and land or start on an A note. So to give you a little bit more musicality, and you won't just be playing all this gibberish all the time. There'll actually be a little bit more music involved. Let's give that a go. So all I was doing there was really playing a lot of A notes and a lot of C notes. I was trying how the A note sounded over the A chord, how the A note sounded over the C chord. That's what I would be doing. And then try some scale runs all the way down. So just with those few tips, your solos are going to sound so much more musical. Well done for making it to the end. If you want a real challenge, go through and look at each note and how it sounds over each chord. But that's it, no more rambling. If you want to learn more theory, check out this theory video. And if you want to learn more about musician playlist, I'm going to link it to the other side, my music grade 1 playlist. Otherwise, no more yammering. We're going to hear this backing loop, have a go at soloing. I'll put up the scale over the top. Did you have fun? Do you enjoy these videos? Leave a comment below. See you all again. Bye.